everybody. So today is Monday. That means it's time for family movie night. And today we're starting my 7th year of Disney Scares Month. And this is obviously the month of family movie night where we talk about scary movies from the House of Mouse from Disney. And it's going to be super fun. Of course, we've done a lot of the heavy hitters. So we are doing some more obscure films this month. Plus, we are finally doing the films in the Disney canon that are more scary. I had put off doing those because I'd already reviewed them in my Disney Canon series, and I try not to redo them, but it's been a long enough period since I did that series, I think. So I think it's okay to talk about Pinocchio and Ichabod and Mr. Toad, and what you can see in the community, the other selections that are going to be for this month. But today we're talking about Ernest Scared Stupid.
Dangerous demons are on the loose, but Ernest is on their trail. He's doing whatever it takes.
Your shoes untied.
To save the world from slaughter. Ernest Scared Stupid.
And if you listen to the 1990 ranking podcast, you get to hear what I think about this movie and Ernest Goes to Jail, which was from 1990. I don't think I had ever seen an Ernest movie. I'd obviously heard of the character, I knew about it, but in my memory, at least, I don't think I'd ever seen any of the movies. And so I watched Ernest Scared Stupid because I thought that was the one from 1990, but it turned out that it was Ernest Goes to Jail. So I actually ended up watching both of them, and I really enjoyed both of them. I think you kind of have to know what you're getting into when you put on one of these movies. They're very silly, very slapsticky, but I like that kind of sort of manic, silly, slapsticky type of humor. If that's not your jam, like Stanford wasn't a fan in our ranking, then you're not gonna like this movie. These movies are made for little children. The humor is very silly. There's not really any winking humor for the adults, which I like that. It's very refreshing to me. And you don't tend to get this kind of humor in live action as much anymore. We get it sometimes in animation with things like the Minions that have that kind of silent movie feel to them in the style of the humor. And I think you get that here. So in this story, there is this troll that comes out of a cursed tree, and the troll turns people into wood. And I think this brings in a lot of sort of scary tropes from scary movies, but not in a way that's like traumatizing to kids. The jump scares and sort of the creatures, and you have Eartha Kitt playing this woman who is kind of part of the curse and is really fun and hamming it up. And Ernest is a character that is very over the top, very silly. A lot of the jokes are basically centered around how stupid he is. And he has to be kind of stupid to unleash this troll, this curse. The kids are fine. They're serviceable. They're kind of what you would expect from like a PBS or Nickelodeon series in the 90s, kind of like this. There's like little kid romances and little some of the kids get turned into trees, into wood. So that's kind of scary. And I don't know, I just think that there's an infectious spirit about these films. They're very cheerful, they're very funny. There's a manic energy to them that I enjoy. And I think comes down to kind of what kind of humor you like and whether you sort of go for this sort of slapsticky, very silly type of humor. And I always have liked that. I think it's funny. And the odd part is I was kind of a serious kid, so I don't know if I would have liked it when I was really little, which is what these movies are kind of made for. But I definitely, as an adult, have enjoyed this kind of humor, and I enjoy it here. And there's some nice sort of practical effects in the like just the costuming and the troll and everything like that, and when they get turned into wood, that obviously it's not realistic. It doesn't look realistic, but there's sort of a charm in that, I think. And so I think if you wanted to introduce your kids to some scary tropes, to a scary movie that won't be too traumatic for them, that'll make them chuckle, make them laugh, I think this is a pretty good pick. And you can watch it on Disney Plus, and they'll have a good time with it. I've heard that Ernest the Saves Christmas is one of the better ones, and also Ernest Goes to Camp. But if you have a favorite Ernest movie, I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments section. But I thought this was a lot of fun. So definitely I would recommend it. So please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. You can check out my playlist with all of my Disney Scares reviews. And so I would love for you to check all of those out. And also check out the patron group and merch store. I would so appreciate your support, especially going to this holiday season. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.